We have more oil than anybody, okay? And it's an incredible thing that it's happened over the last few years, a lot of great things, and you're paying, what, $2 a gallon for your gasoline? That's okay. You know what that's like? That's like a tax cut. That's bigger than a tax cut. If Biden got in, you'd be paying $7, $8, $9. Then they say, get rid of your car.
Yeah, let's bring in Newsmax contributor Mark Meadows, who was the former chief of staff for President Trump. Mark, you saw that, and he said $7, $8, $9. I'm not sure anyone really believed it at the time, and guess what? It came true. Here we are, $7 gas in California right now.
Well, I know when President Trump said that, it was all about energy dominance. And when people said that, when he said that from the podium, a lot of people, scoffed at it. How could we ever see this? And yet you mentioned upper $4. I know I paid above $5 a gallon today to fill up my tank. And so when we start to look at this, there are three things that the American people want, Eric. They don't want to go to war and put boots on the ground in Ukraine, but they do want Ukraine to be liberated and Putin to go back the other way, and they want their gas prices to go down. So what's the answer to all of that, Eric? It is actually to return to energy dominance. Let's go ahead and start putting forth oil out of Midland, Texas, instead of Russia or Iran or Venezuela.
So let's take a listen very quickly. This is Joe Biden talking about what he would do once he got in office. And if this doesn't kill you, folks, nothing will. Watch.
Thank you, Mr. Vice President. Just to clarify, would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated and no more subsidies for either one of those, any fossil fuel. We can't.
Yeah. So, Mark, the foolishness of that, even if you are pro-green energy, even if you wanted that to happen, you can't do it now. The electricity energy, the grid could not even support what he's predicting. In the meantime, we're going to pay $5 or $6, $7 a gallon here all across the country. I just don't know why they don't throw this guy out.
Well, listen, they're talking about working it out. He says, we're going to work that out. Really, what he was talking about is he's going to work dollar bills out of the American taxpayers' wallets when they have to pay higher prices to fill up their tank. Listen, here's the easiest thing for him to do, to really push back on the leftists in his party and say, here's what we're going to do, is we're going to have a very aggressive program. We're going to go ahead and approve the 4,600 plus applications that are sitting there to drill more oil in America. We're going to get a very aggressive liquefied natural gas program to actually take to Europe to make sure that they do not have to be dependent on Vladimir Putin. The only thing that Vladimir Putin will fear is if the supply chain is going to be interrupted on a long-term basis. And right now, we've done nothing to suggest that. And quite frankly, just the opposite. They believe after this conflict, Vladimir Putin and his colleagues, after this conflict, they believe they'll be able to turn on the spigot and return to normal.
Mark, I actually laughed out loud when I was watching President Biden come to the microphone podium and say he's announcing his next round of sanctions. And he said they're going to ban Russian vodka, diamonds, and seafood. And I was just like, are they delusional? People are paying through the nose at the pump, and there's no toilet paper on our shelf. And he's going to ban Russian vodka, diamonds, and seafood.
Well, listen, Russia is all about oil. It's we may know them for some of their seafood, some of their vodka and other commodities, but banning those is a drop in a barrel when it comes to the kind of sanctions they need. Listen, it needs to be chilling. They're talking about doing away with most favored nation status for Vladimir Putin. I can tell you that that will be welcomed in a bipartisan way here on Capitol Hill. They say enough is enough. No boots on the ground, but certainly we need to put oil back in the barrel, and that needs to be American oil.
American oil. We'll leave it right there. Mark Meadows, thanks for joining us as usual.
Thank you. Take care, Eric.